In our advanced straight lines course, we have to learn how to use the distance formula. The distance formula looks like this. It may look confusing, but it is just a derivation of Pythagoras' theorem. Let's prove that. In this situation, I have 2 points, 2, 1, and 5, 3. I want to know the distance between them. This line doesn't go straight across or straight up and down, so I can't just count squares. That's not going to be a reliable way of figuring out the distance. But I can do a cute little trick because I remember my geometry from secondary 1 and secondary 2. I know Pythagoras' theorem. I can draw a right triangle where this dotted line is the hypotenuse. So let's do it. If I draw a line from A, 3 units directly to the right, I end up directly below B. And if I draw a line from B straight down 2 units, I end up directly to the right of A. I have completed a right triangle. I know that this distance is 3 units, and I know this distance is 2 units. I now have enough information about this triangle to apply Pythagoras' theorem, so I'll do it. A squared plus B squared equals H squared. If I call this 3 my A, I have 3 squared plus B will be 2, 2 squared equals H squared. 3 squared is 9, 2 squared is 4. My H squared is equal to 13, therefore the hypotenuse is equal to the square root of 13. This is an answer. I can use a calculator to convert it into a decimal and round off if I wish. But I want to learn how to use the distance formula. So let's take the same situation and plug it into the distance formula. We have to decide which is our point 1 and which is our point 2. In the case of the distance formula, it doesn't matter. You can call this point 1 and go that way, or call this point 1 and go that way, and you will get the same distance either way. So just for this example, I am going to call point A my point 1. Therefore, my x1 is 2 and my y1 is 1. Point B is point 2, my x2 is 5, and my y2 is 3. Let's plug these into the distance formula and see what happens. x2 minus x1 is equal to 5 minus 2. And y2 minus y1 is equal to 3 minus 1. This is interesting. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. What I've done here is I have taken this distance from the y-axis to the right side of my triangle, and I have calculated how long it is there are 5 units. If I take the 5 units overall distance and subtract the 2 units between my y-axis and point A, I get 3. Okay, let's go back to the formula. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. And 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. 3 squared is equal to 9. And 2 squared is equal to 4. 9 plus 4 is equal to 13. I have the square root of 13. It's the same thing I got when I used Pythagoras' theorem. What this means is, if you were sitting an exam and the exam question said, use the distance formula to calculate the distance between 2 points, you know you're not going to get full marks. You may not get any marks if you use Pythagoras' theorem. But you can derive the distance formula yourself. You can figure out the structure of this formula, even if you forgot it, simply by knowing how it really works. You can take Pythagoras' theorem, play around with the question you have, and figure out the distance formula. Then you can plug the numbers into it, and you will get the same answer.